sure, bro.
I love the whole what people may think of you at the very beginning until they actually get to know you.
For sure.
So for like everybody that's watching, I would say meet the person first. Don't like it's simple like the don't judge a book by its cover. Everybody's taught that.
Yeah.
People do it all the time for whatever reason though.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm like not guilty of it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's a definite like you can read the cover and have a first intuition. Nobody's gonna stop you from doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's almost like impossible.
It's like a natural instinct.
Yeah, it's a natural instinct to like you see like a tiger walking down the street.
Oh God,
and
what you gonna do?
Like little do you know it's somebody's pet.
Yeah.
And it was just a really big cat.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
still give people the chance because people are still people.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like it's not we're not animals where it's like you don't know if a dog is friendly or it's gonna bite you.
Yeah.
People give people a chance to like show them who you are. When people show you who you are, then go ahead and go about how you doing.
Yeah.
I love to surprise people and like
Me too.
because people don't know who I am. People don't know what they're gonna get from me, and it's sad sometimes because people like even on the bus, bro. I didn't even know I was gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
I was on the bus the other day, and I had my hood on though. I put my hood on because I was just like I'm tired. Just let me relax, and nobody sat next to me. And I was like, there was no open seats except for the two next to me. Nobody sat next to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, people would get on the bus and looking for a seat.
Like, nah, I'm straight.
It's different when you're looking for a seat. Look, and then like, oh, and then stood.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I'm getting off. I got my school bag. I'm walking off. Look up. Oh. Student goes to Loyola right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love to surprise people like that. Because people, the way things are like put out in media, whatever, especially for us, I feel like what's pushed out the most is like, people love to push out violence for us.
For sure.
People love to push out like different things, and it's a lot of negative, not enough positive.
Yeah.
So the most people that see the positive stuff of us are people that look like us.
Yeah.
So it's real, just like it's definitely seeing that and experiencing that firsthand. It's stuff where it's just like, okay, I see how it is, but I'm not gonna treat you any different for it. I'm not gonna, because for me, I learned a while ago that there's no point in being like, oh, I got you, I told you so, or like a like retaliation, or see now, look at me, you was doing this. There's no point. It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
But by being myself and showing that like, oh, this is who I am. I'm a student.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my education.
Yeah.
I just was getting off my internship.
Yeah.
You don't even know. But
like you don't know what I do day to day.
I'm carrying my Awala water bottle. You don't know a thing about I golf. You don't know a thing about me.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Like it's a whole bunch of stuff that's like you never know a person till you meet them. Meet the person. Stop judging people off like what you think, or don't treat people differently off of like what you think.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful to a point.
Yeah.
And I think that's something as a society we gotta change of like, cause I met some of the best people and they don't look anything like me. They have a full different vibe than me. They could have like a earthy vibe. They could have a gothy vibe. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, I've met some of the nicest people because you never know how genuine a person is.
For sure.
And I've met some of the people that look so nice. They some of the meanest people you ever meet in your life.
Yeah, bro.
So it's really get to know people. Stop saying like, oh, I think I want to meet this person because look at them. Or like, I don't want to meet that person. Don't do that.
Yeah, it can be tough, bro.
Yeah.
It's on some like really like some profiling shit. Like I feel like as I've gotten older, I've definitely learned to like not do that to people, not have prejudice on, you know, what it is I feel like they may do, what it is I feel like they may not do, because I don't want anybody doing that to me. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like I'm like a really diverse individual, from everything to like fashion to music to craft to student, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I have a lot of different areas of interest. And we talked about this last episode about the idea of like
Mm-hmm.
boxing yourself in.
Yeah, I don't think we got into it though. We can get into it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Like not boxing yourself in and not letting the world box you can be um another cheat code, like another aspect that can like really, set the foundation of the things that you want to do. Because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, well, at least myself, I can say that like I kind of veer away from doing certain things because I'm afraid of how people may like perceive me of like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like this isn't like the norm. You know what I'm saying? For like
Yeah.
a typical like black boy, whatever the case. Like, so there are times where like, and I also will say like full disclosure, like, bro, I'm shy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I'm shy. Um, but just a little bit.
I mean, like you talk to a lot of people. You like
I
we'll,
don't though.
we'll call it a social antisocial person,
Okay.
or like a social side. Yeah, you're a social shy person for real.
Yeah. Like I feel like I can definitely socialize. Like, like, no, I won't. I don't want to say if need be because they don't feel like I have to socialize. But I do like socializing with people that I feel like I can like, what I'm saying, like genuinely have a conversation with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all serious with me though. I will also say, what I'm saying, like I definitely enjoy getting on a game, like gaming with my homies, bro.
Yeah.
That can honestly be like the highlight of my day sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally just talking to them, bro, them making me laugh. But um yeah, regardless, circling back to like not boxing yourself in, um, I feel like, the world is gonna do that to yourself. The world is gonna do that to you, at a base
Mm-hmm.
level, whether you black, white, or in between. There's always gonna be some sort of label that people are they're gonna have an expectance of you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So don't let that get in the way of you doing a bunch of the things that you want to do, because what I'm saying, you're gonna be your biggest critic. Also, I feel like you can be like your biggest support, but you can also be your biggest enemy at times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stopping yourself from really, really stopping yourself from veering away from things that are like different. You know what I'm saying? If it's different, do it. Like, but
Yeah.
it can also be tough. Like I say, it can be tough for introverted people. It can be tough for shy people. Um, but starting doing something is like the way to start. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple as like we got mics in front of us now, and
Yeah.
this isn't something I felt like I would have been doing this year
Mm-hmm.
because of like how shy I am like socially. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, we started it, and I'm glad we did. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it helped me in that aspect. It helped me
Yeah.
like kind of like get out of my shell in a way. Um, Try and figure out like, also I feel like this right here is really giving me like an outlet on like literally like asking you how your day is. I feel like it's a great way to, like I said, come into the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in a sense, like the conversations that I feel like we have in between these four walls aren't like they can be typical conversations, but they may not be conversations that people have all day every day.
Yeah.
And that in itself can be an aspect of like not boxing yourself in. Like when they think black boys, bro, like obviously they think like sports, they think basketball, they think,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? There's a very like stigmatic element and label that like are put in black boys, I feel like nowadays.
Yeah.
But we come here, we talk about student life. We come here, we talk about philosophy. We come here, we
Yeah.
talk about, what I'm saying, people being unhoused. We talk about, what I'm saying, but that's along with all the like regular aspects. We talk about sports too, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But the idea of not boxing yourself in is, what I'm saying, that really encapsulates what it is we're trying to do, because it can be tough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can be tough. Like, bro, we love hooping as much as the next guy, but
Yeah.
that's not all we have to offer on some, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like intellectually. So yeah, bro, I couldn't agree more, bro. Like, don't box yourself in. Definitely don't box yourself in, because the world is gonna try to. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You don't need two enemies. You don't need two enemies working together to, like, you know what I'm saying, keep you in the label that society feels like you should be in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like coming into college, I didn't not even necessarily coming into college, but graduating high school, I didn't think I would, make it this far in college. I didn't even know whether or not I was going to college or not, because there was the aspect of paying for it, leaving. It's always been something I wanted to do, but I mean, it can also be like something like the aspect of like Loyola, bro. Like sometimes when my mom tells like her friends that like I go to Loyola, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Mm-hmm.
something. It's just a school that they don't expect, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
and that can be eye opening just in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like black boys aren't expected to like go to Loyola or, but like, I mean, I feel like that's what the living, breathing proof is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Us sitting in here doing this at the university. Like it's not all we have to offer. Long story short, and yeah, bro, I appreciate you bringing that up though. Don't box yourself in, man.
Yeah. People,
real.
you're really touching on like important stuff though, with like, especially for us, with the being expected to, it's either sports, like music. They think, oh,
I didn't even touch on
you
music.
may you may rap,
Yeah. Oh God.
like,
Like, bro.
no,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like I grew a strong disliking to when people would see me and ask me a question like, "Oh, do you play basketball?"
Do you hoop?
After I stopped, even when that towards the end of when I was playing,
Yeah.
that was the first thing, I was like, "What do you? Why?"
Yeah.
Like, you didn't ask me, especially when I started playing a different sport.
Yeah. I got a story. You finish your story. I got a story
Yeah,
for that.
like
also.
you just asked me that. Like,
Yeah.
that's your first thing you gonna ask me?
Yeah.
Not like, where you go to school? How's your day going?
Yeah.
What's something interesting about you in your life? Maybe like, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Like,
have-
do you hoop?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, when it
That's
comes to
facts,
stuff
though.
like, and I knew in my head, like, with this podcast, I have so much creative stuff I want to do, and there's so many other things in my head. And I, again, like I said in the first thing, I thank my parents for this, but I have so many things in my head that I feel like I want to do, and it's not what I should be. I never want to be like, oh, what people think I should be. It's always what I can be, what I could be.
Yeah.
Never what I should be.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different things of, you can do this, you can do this. It's your life. Everybody has a path. Nobody's path is the same.
Yeah.
If you're whatever race, black, white, indifferent, whether you're tall, whether you're short,
Yeah.
like, don't say, oh, I gotta be this then. No, go do something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Of course, some things may be more difficult. Some things may be more hard, especially because the way we can't change the world right now. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot,
But-
it's episode 2.
Yeah.
I think we gonna change something with this.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. We on the way.
we gonna change something with this.
Some.
But it's hard to change the world by yourself.
Yeah.
So when you're doing something just by yourself, do something that you want to do. Do something that it doesn't have to be. I want to talk about this later, but just being yourself regardless. But do something yourself. Don't worry about what other people think you should be, or what you do. What you want to be. Be what you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think you hit it on the nail, bro. It was like piggybacking on boxing, and like it's either like do you, I think that asked one of the first questions I got when I got on campus too, was do you hoop? I'm not sure who asked me, I don't remember when, but this was a story I wanted to get into that too as well. The idea that we're subject to it too, to be honest with you. Like I remember the very first roommate I had in college, he was about maybe an inch shorter than me. Like I wouldn't consider myself super tall, but like, regardless, he was a little skinny, like lanky dude. So I assumed he hooped. Like when we were moving in, he had on basketball shorts. He had on like, like a Nike tee. So I'm just automatically assuming like this guy hoops. You know what I'm saying? So it almost like makes you like hypocritical in a sense, but to be aware that you're subject to like prejudice, like, bro, it's a natural human thing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a defense mechanism, in a way, for whatever situation. But yeah, also just understanding like, you definitely not subject to, universal and like non-concrete thinking at times, because like I mentioned, like we're human, you know what I'm saying? So I can definitely understand the aspect of like prejudice and preconceived notions, but that's the idea of, you know what I'm saying, the world is going to do that to you regardless. That's what I was saying, is like, if the world is going to do that to you regardless, then you shouldn't do that to yourself, because like I said, now you're working against two enemies, and it's hard to beat yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on when you said like people ask you if you play basketball, or do you do you make music? If you make music, it's gonna be a 9 times out of 10 they gonna assume you rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, one of the best rappers I know, we was just talking about him. One of the best rappers I know is Filipino. Like, he makes great music. Like, I wouldn't be able to make music the way he rap on some shit, you know. So, like, yeah, I can definitely understand, the aspects of the world. But yeah, just don't box yourself in. I think you you really made me laugh that rap with the rap. Like yo, do you rap? Bro,
It's like that's such a thing where it's like we all like
yeah.
rapping is literally everybody who speaks can rap
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Like so by you going up to somebody and assuming that is such a crazy like when I actually think about it,
Yeah.
like that's such a do you rap?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
I think that could be a great segment.
go up to somebody, do you write poetry?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, that is.
I feel like that's even a little different, but
Yeah. Yeah. I think that could be a great segment, bro. What music have you been listening to recently?
but music. I've been listening to not a lot of rap. Like
I've been listening to a decent amount of rap.
I've been listening to yeah, I don't know if you classify it as rap. It's almost like I don't know how to describe it. It's like calm, but it's like they're talking basically. It almost to a point is poetry just with a beat behind it.
Well, I feel like you talk to me about this, bro.
Yeah, because we saw this artist Milksy.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, Milksy.
The way it's like the flow is just
Yeah. We
it's
talking
a
about
beautiful
Milksy in here, right?
Yeah, like him, J. Cole.
Give me three artists. Give me three
Shout
artists.
out Z. My boy Z, he's the biggest J. Cole fan,
sure.
bro. But Sleepy Hollow is my favorite artist.
Okay.
Sleepy Hollow has been my favorite artist. He's been number one for years now.
Man, that's interesting.
But I actually haven't been listening to him as much this year. But Sleepy, if you ever see this, he liked one of my TikToks one time.
Merge.
Yeah,
Hey.
I was like,
okay.
But Sleepy and Chef, they always I used to always listen to them.
Yeah.
Still always do.
Is Chef G out of jail? Yeah, no.
He is.
Okay.
He's going back though.
Ah. Free Chef, man.
Shout out Chef G, bro.
But
he viewed my story one time
for
because
real?
I posted about the album. But
decent.
It's been basically like some chill stuff though. Joey Bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's one of my favorite artists ever.
yeah, I recently started listening to him like on some okay, I had this song. You know when you just find a song and then you like dive into it, like dive into the artist even more.
Yeah.
Listen to Lil Tecca lately.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, Lil Tecca decent.
Lil Tecca band.
Yeah.
Lil Tecca will pull up like right before the summer hits.
Yeah,
with some
Gang.
bangers.
Yeah, Gang's on a comeback. He's on a comeback for sure.
There's somebody else I'm missing too. Yeah, that'll come to me later. But there's somebody else I'm missing.
So-
I've been listening to lately.
Yeah, I think that's solid, bro. I think that's solid and it's diverse. I feel like
I forgot you said 3.
nah,
I
you
just
straight.
started chatting.
You
No.
good, bro. I'm thinking about like 4 or 5 that I've been listening to like in the rotation. One thing that never leaves the rotation is the Minecraft soundtrack, Volume Alpha. Like, no cap. This is literally no cap. Like, every single year, it's in my rewind. It's in my Apple Rewind. Probably top 3 albums. Either if it's not top 3, it's going to be in the top 5. But it's genuinely because every single time I go to the library and I study, I put that on. It's no words. It's really on some like lo-fi style type. You know what I'm saying? Shout out C418, bro. Like he got some crazy like just instrumental albums on his Apple Music period that you can like really just throw on, study to. If you played Minecraft also growing up, like it's super nostalgic on some. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of these songs I listened to for hours when I would play the game like in middle school. It's crazy how like I be feeling like that's like a full circle movement for me, bro. Like I tell you, I used to spend hours on Minecraft. So like that soundtrack, right? C418, if you know, you know. I've been listening to a lot of DC2 Trill too. Yeah, part of Creek. Like I ain't gonna lie, he's
Dog, I rock with Creek so much.
yeah, I fuck with Creek, bro. I think that DC is like in a sense like really carrying the ass right now, bro. But that's me personally. Also shout out
KB.
Yeah, shout out KB. Shout out KB.
So much.
Even though KB not in Creek no more.
Yeah,
but shout out KB.
I know that kind of made me
Shout
sad.
out Spence too.
Yeah, West. My boy West.
Yeah. Cause dude, Spence cooked up like maybe like four of the tracks on my favorite DC album ever. He cooked up. So like, yeah, bro's tough. But yeah.
If y'all don't know Spencer, we'll probably one day have him on.
That would be fire.
I just gotta text him.
Yeah,
But
that'd be fire, bro.
this dude Spencer is so creative.
Yeah.
Being able to see like what he do.
For sure.
Like firsthand, see what he does.
Yeah.
Dude's such a creative person. That's kind of like goes into what college does. You just meet random people.
Yeah.
But that's one of my closest friends here now.
Yeah. I met bro in the gym randomly.
He's such a good person, dude. But
funny too.
Yeah, seeing what he's able to do though.
Yeah.
Because it's like he'll literally be clowning around, joking around and stuff. But when he locks into that mode,
it's like a different level of motivation too. Like he's really good at what he do because he been, you know what I'm saying, he been putting in the hours and like into his craft. But yeah, man, shout out Spence. But like if you know that you know, I also like DC been one of my favorite artists for the longest. Yeah, man, shout out my homie Neeq. Neeq never leave the rotation.
He can't play like that. I'm feeling up, you feeling down. I'm filling up my cup, I'm stuck, I damn near drown. Who had enough, ain't had enough, can't tell me now. Go ahead, little baby, go ahead, go show me what you bout.
Like a lot of his like music is just like scattered in my playlist. I had to bring my boy up though because of music. But then who else?
Low key, I gotta bring up like 3 that I know, like
for sure.
Because I got 3 dudes that I know that they've been putting out low key 4 now, but 3 that I know that have been not putting out stuff a whole bunch, but they got talent. You know what I mean? You know when somebody like somebody you close to got talent, but they just need to like see, people need to see it.
For sure.
My boy Jalen Sundayy, 2 Y's.
Jalen Sundayy.
This dude put out some songs last year that they needed some. I put one on my story. That's how you know the song's hard. When you put it on your story.
For sure.
And he's always a grade above me, but dude's always been very cool. His mom was actually on America Got Talent. She's like one of the finalists.
So he come from a background of music.
She got the
golden
buzzer. It was crazy. I still got the video from that. Stiz, my boy JB, dude's very talented. He used to be freestyling back in the day. Very, very talented. It's stuff like that. And then Jeeps, my boy JP. JP's actually the dude with the crutches I was talking about. Dude's so talented though. I remember our senior year, he used to like show me some of the songs that he make and stuff. Bro can write some songs and bro can really like get them out in a way it's different too.
It's like expressional.
Yeah, it's like you could see it so like authentically him. It's not stealing from anybody's style, and he's just like that.
Can't stop doing it right, homie. Late night, then he's fucking give me a bite. I can't sleep, so I doc type HTML to like Excel while I spread sheets. Getting grandma going off the gurney like God.
He's so like that. So I don't know where his songs are out at, but Jeeps, the Gram,
and Jalen Sundayy.
Yeah,
for sure, man. Check them out, man. Wait, where did I leave off? I said DC. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like an avid Sosa fan too. Like Chief Keef, always been one of my favorite artists.
Do you like have to being from Chicago? Like, in a way,
I feel like Sosa just got a different type of respect in the city because of like the movement he started and where it is now. Because like people are still to this day like coming into the drill scene, and he was drill rapping at maybe like I think it was 15, 16. I remember when I was like maybe like 7 or 8, I just thought the idea of, because I also have older sisters that like listen to a lot of Chicago artists growing up, so I just put on from that aspect, Sosa, Dirk, but regardless, I feel like he just gets a different type of respect. His music is definitely not for everybody, I'll say. It's definitely not for everybody, but even as far as like a fashion icon too, bro, like I feel like, you know, he gets a lot of ups in that community. Shit, man, just industrial support like from his peers and rappers, bro. But From Chicago, yes. Like, long story short, yes.
Yeah.
You gotta be you gotta be a Sosa fan. I feel like, okay, so I say DC, Sosa, and C418. I'll throw like a mix in there. I listen to a lot of I've been listening to a lot of bands recently, believe it or not. Bands, yes.
Okay.
Like actual rock bands. There's actually a local band like from up north called Twin Coast. I remember they had performed at this like small little coffee shop right outside of campus. And I remember just like walking by and seeing one of their shows and genuinely like asking somebody like, yo, who is this band? And like, where can I find their music?
Yeah.
I've been listening to them ever since. There's also a small band from New Jersey called $3. I really fuck with $3 a long way. They're younger too. And like they maybe like 17, 18. I think the lead guitarist is like 18. There's a album that just came out, the Marias, that I've been like the Marias just dropped that I've been really listening to on repeat. These are like, I'm trying to, we were talking about like boxing ourselves in. So now I'm trying to like really get people insight on the music I be listening to, because it's different. I'm telling you, it's so different.
Trust. I can get into some music that I listen to
for sure.
summer. I'm not even.
No, yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm not even going right now. But there is some more artists I want to talk about, because you mentioned your Chicago artists.
Yeah.
I high-key want to mention a lot of artists I listen to from the Bay that are really like, because I feel like Bay Area artists,
Tell me about it.
they're so locked in on the Bay, and I like, you hear some of them, like, Larry June.
Yeah.
Like there's Larry June.
He's tough.
He's everywhere right now. So tough. But artists like Rex Life Raj, he has this Blue Hour album, and I tell you, this Blue Hour album is it's something special, dude. And I remember literally writing an essay about it, because it went through the stages of grief in the album, and I was like,
What's it called?
The Blue Hour.
The Blue Hour.
And my sister put me on with Rex Life Raj, so shout out to her. But I've been listening to him so much in the past just years, because in that Blue Hour album especially, I had so much respect for it when I realized like because the whole thing was he had lost his mom, and to be able to put that into a real like work of art, to say, where you can go through those stages like that. You see the denial stage, you see the anger stage, you see the bargaining stage, you see all these stages. But there's a couple songs on there that are just like straight up beautiful. You know what I mean? Those songs are like, make you just like really, everything else is zoned out. You really tuned in.
You say he's from the Bay?
Yeah, he's from the Bay. He's from Berkeley, I believe.
Okay.
But also La Russell. You know La Russell?
Nah.
He's coming to Chicago, I think, too. I'm gonna be gone though. But I've been listening to him recently, and his vibe is just like wholesome. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell it's just, he's not trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
He goes to these shows. He's one of those people that can really work a crowd. Will design some of his songs, will kind of go off track from his song to make it like customize it to the place that he's at. Yes. And it's really like, okay, you're really like that at what you do, and you really love what you do. He shows so much just love at what he does. If you see him on Instagram and stuff, I don't even know if I follow him yet. I need to, but I've been seeing him everywhere on my Instagram regardless.
Yeah.
How he does things is so wholesome regardless of where he's at. And you can just tell whether it's one person, whether it's like a million people, he loves every second of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he really does represent the Bay well. Yeah,
that's dope, man. It's crazy you brought up Larry June, because Larry June actually, he was on the project of like one of my favorite artists ever too, CEO Trail. He's a rapper. But he was on CEO Trail's recent album that he released in like October. Him and Larry June have a beautiful song on there too.
What's it called?
It's called Capital P. Yeah. I like that song a lot. But I've been listening to Larry June for a minute too. He also had dropped, he does a lot of stuff with The Alchemist.
He just dropped some with them and 2 Chainz.
Yeah, that album was fire too.
Yeah, that one was added. That one was for sure added.
Yeah, that album was fire. I remember. Yeah, I definitely listened to that when it came out. But yeah, man, it's all over the board. I got a 90s playlist. I probably visit like once a day, probably play 2 or 3 songs, you know. But yeah, it's definitely all around the board, bro.
Yo, we get to talk about old school music, bro. It's gonna be,
Bro.
it'll be too long of a conversation for me.
I'm telling you.
Like,
How long is your playlist?
that's what I'm looking at right now.
Let me see.
I have a couple playlists. My old school playlist.
Yeah, I got a 90s, 2000s.
My
But
old school playlist is 6 hours, 40 minutes.
mine's is...
And that. Have you listened to Mr. Wendell by Arrested Development?
Mm-hmm.
That song.
Mr. Wendell?
I think it was with my dad, and he really put me on with it.
It's always with your
But,
dad or your mom,
yeah.
bro. For sure.
Cause my dad really into music like that. But
Yeah.
Mr. Wendell, when you're on the train, if you here in Chicago, if you on the train, go ahead and turn that on, look out the window, and really, it makes you think about life. It's kind of just like, really it goes into what we were talking about with perspective and stuff. It really goes into like how we treat things.
Yeah.
Putting our life versus somebody else's. And I think there's like one line where it's like, I just saw him eating off the food, off the plate of food, like off the plate of food that we waste, basically.
Yeah.
And it was like, go ahead, Mr. Wendell. And it was like a whole bunch of stuff basically based around this one guy that lifestyle is so different. You know what I mean? And we got to take that into account, like with simple things like wasting food.
It's like storytelling.
Yeah. It was. I love those type of songs where
Me
it's like
too.
you're really telling a story and what you're saying. There's an actual message. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that song is a beautiful song as well.
Yeah. I just added it, bro. See, look, now we're exchanging music.
Yeah.
Like my old school playlist is 28 hours long too, by the way. I just
28?
looked. Yeah.
Yo, I thought mine was long, and you just said
28, yeah. But there's a lot, bro.
times 4 plus some.
It low key goes earlier than 90s. Like it's titled 90s and 2000s, but there's like songs from 1975 on here. There's also like there's like old Ye on here, some John Legend. A lot of this is my mom's doing. You know what I'm saying? My mom has a beautiful musical ear. I'm not gonna lie. Like the stuff she just plays while we walking around the house. It can really,
No, my mom on
encapsulate you.
little cleaning day on the weekend
For sure.
really would put some stuff on that especially when I got older, I
Yeah.
started really like appreciating the music.
Yeah.
But now I get to some stuff that like, what you know about this?
Yeah, all the time.
What do you mean what I know about this? You played this right before I went to school every single day.
That's what I'm saying.
I got into Lauryn Hill a lot too.
Oh, I love Lauryn Hill.
Well, everything is everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's certain artists that still should definitely get their flowers regardless, because it was a special time. I would say old school music, they really talked about a lot of real life stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure. It wasn't fabricated. It wasn't as
Yeah.
fabricated.
Yeah, they really were talking about stuff that was important to them. Of course, they had their party songs, things like that, but it was real life. It was what they wanted to push out.
Facts.
I got into like the Fugees too.
Yeah, I love the Fugees.
Yeah.
I love the Fugees, bro. I remember I was actually just at a record store with my homies, and I walk past this record store all the time when I go to Wicker Park, you know,
Yeah.
like when I'm shopping, but I never had been in. These guys, they're like into vinyls. They're into record players. Like my homie actually has a record player in his house. So we stop in, and I was really just kind of introduced to a different, I don't want to say like a different, not a different aspect of music, but yeah, a different aspect of music. It's really beautiful. It's something really beautiful about like a vinyl. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like the community also in itself is so big. I know that like people buying record players and vinyls has definitely like probably like spiked in the past few years. But that, you know, like just listening to music through like that avenue was really well. Like they had a record player playing in the store. And it's something about just like the authenticity. I didn't even know what song was playing, but you could tell that it was old. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I definitely agree with you when it comes to like diversity in music, bro. This can you believe like this conversation started because we were talking about like people always thinking black guys are rappers.
Yeah.
But like
There's so many different types of music.
yeah,
Dude.
and it's so
I ain't gonna lie, I listen to Taylor Swift sometimes, dude.
See now I can't get behind.
No.
She got one.
She got
hit.
some bangers
Yeah,
though.
she got like one or two
Like
hits for
there's
sure.
some songs that people are. I don't listen to her like religiously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to just be like, oh, this album has this, that.
Yeah,
But like Taylor Swift do got some bangers.
she do.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie,
Welcome to New York to me,
bro.
banger.
I'm gonna keep it a buck
People
with you.
people love to hate on her, but like Welcome to New York, banger.
How old is this song "Bad Blood," bro? With Kendrick Lamar.
It's a great question. That was a whole different time period. Dude.
I know.
was just talking to my friends about this.
But I'm gonna tell you this: we had a family computer at the crib,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to play this shit max volume, Bad Blood, like max volume, songs like that. And then what's the other one? The should I sing it on the mic?
I think you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all
and
know
switch that
exactly
camera
what I'm
to
talking about. The
Go ahead
nice
and-
to meet you, where you been? That's a hit. That's a hit. I can't cap.
Oh, I have that on my I have a camp playlist for the campers,
Yeah,
and it has to be clean, of course.
I got a pop playlist to it.
They got that song is on there.
Yeah,
Um,
it may suck, but like
you
I
know
definitely got a playlist.
who else, bro? 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton is one of my favorite songs to this day, and it's never gonna change. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm
That's
not
valid.
even gonna lie.
That is
The
valid.
piano, the music video was hard too, and nobody wants to talk about
Yes.
that. She was on the piano going down the street.
Yes, I
and
remember.
that video is just like flash a clip of her.
Yeah,
I don't know if we there in editing wise, but, but there's certain songs.
Yeah.
21 Pilots, Stressed Out,
Mhm.
and the song Ride. I used to bump that all the time.
Hey.
I know the song Stressed Out, Borderline. If you play it, and I know we can't play it
For sure.
copyright. I think
Another two.
copyright. You can't.
Hey, look, we definitely don't got the money to be getting sued right now either.
Yeah,
So
we just started. If anything, like, sue us, but don't actually sue us for any money, and just like give us some publicity. Like,
yeah. Oh God. Bro, 121 Pilot song I like, for literally specifically because of my mom, bro. This was her ringtone. It probably still is her ringtone to this
Mhm.
day. Heathens by 21 Pilots.
I don't even think I know that.
It's the how does it go, bro? The all my friends are heathens. Take
Oh
it slow,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Why is that? Why
That
why
song.
why was that her ringtone for 5
those
years?
are all the same album.
I have no idea.
I could check that
Like
right
we
now.
both checking right
Yeah, I can check that right now. But that album,
21
Blurry Face album by
Yeah.
21 Pilots was something special,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, 21 Pilots, they got some hits too. That's also a GOAT band.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that was back when I was. See, that shows like that was back when I was young. I
Mhm.
was like, what was that? I don't know what year that was. That may have been like I
We-
may have been 5th grade.
Yeah, we had to be like 10 or 11, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, 2015.
Mhm.
That was 2015. So, all right, I'm not gonna. But
See, but that's the thing, bro. We're not old, bro.
yeah.
We got to get out the mindset that we're old, bro. Like,
Oh no. I know I'm definitely not old.
see, but why am I unk then?
You older than me.
But that don't make me unk, bro. If 22 is unk, that's crazy. Like, what am I gonna be when I'm 25? Like, that's crazy. But anyway,
Hey.
anyway,
To me, that may be just like a youngest in the family type thing.
That's true.
Anybody who's youngest in the family, everybody's like old to them.
yeah, that's
and
true.
you're never old.
Yeah,
That's how you feel.
I'm the youngest in my family too.
Yeah.
Amongst my sisters, at least.
Yeah, everybody else is like, oh, you old.
Yeah.
You old. I'm the youngest, so like, you can never tell me I'm old because
Facts.
you are older than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that. Yeah, there was some hit songs, dude. Sweater Weather.
Oof. Stop it.
Fireflies.
Oh yeah.
Fireflies by Owl City. I remember being on Disney Channel
Yeah.
and listening to that, and it was
Mhm.
on some like the music video for that was hard too.
I never seen it.
When I got here, I used to see it on one on Disney Channel because they have those like little things between commercials.
Yeah.
But also I would see it on. Hold on, I don't know if I'm. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. When I got here, saw Fireflies. Like
Mhm.
that was all that was stuck in my head.
Yeah. Like
In
an
the
actual
most
firefly.
cringiest way. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
saw like fireflies like that until I was here during the summer.
Yeah.
Like during orientation and stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing them, I was like, yo,
Bro, they don't have fireflies in Cali?
I don't know, but I don't see them. I definitely don't see them. They probably got them somewhere
Yeah.
in the state, but yeah.
So
Ooh, one more.
go ahead.
Nico and Vince. Do you know Nico and Vince?
Nah.
Nico and Vince back in the day. If you know Nico and Vince, you really had some like they had some real good vibes. I definitely would say, "Am I wrong?" In Your Arms, When the Day Comes. It's this Black Star Elephant album.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Listen
now.
to them when you get a chance. And if it's, I wish I could go back to the first time I
Is that
listened to
the
them.
Am I Wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
The music video for that was fire too. But yeah, go ahead with what you're saying though.
No, I was really gonna speak on the idea that like music just got its own segment right here, but that's fire though. I
Yeah.
think that'll be fire. Like, but
The
yeah,
music.
because music is music is a it's an
It's-
important topic.
It's universal too.
That's another thing.
It goes into what we were saying a little bit.
Yeah.
About just perspectives and it being universal. But if you have any music,
Yeah,
any good music that you think we like,
for sure.
drop in the chat. We really want stuff in the comments.
Yeah,
Dude.
sending music in is fire. I would
yeah.
definitely listen to it.
I would love to see the comments filled with stuff of just like people letting their voices heard and stuff. So,
But yeah, like we just had a whole little music breakdown. But yeah, like what I have been meaning to ask you was like, like what are your plans for like the summer? You know, we hadn't really like spoke about it, but
Yeah.
I feel like what is it you feel like you want to do this summer? With the 3 months.
Well, I know I'm gonna be working again. I'm gonna be back at the camps.
For sure.
I definitely want to explore more of the business side of things.
Yeah.
I have some ideas that I want to like pitch to my boss and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's hard.
So I'm definitely excited to do that. Basically, because I was like younger. I was one of the youngest coaches when I first came in, and definitely one of the youngest with like certain responsibilities. So I never wanted to didn't know exactly where I fit in, but after being here for a while, like I definitely want to like give ideas and stuff like that. Be more on the side of trying to help things grow because she's had the business for so long.
Yeah.
Had the company for so long, so I'd love to just be able to like, I got this idea, and I think it would like help continue this growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but that I don't know what friends of mine are gonna be back from college. Spend time with them. Spend time with my family. Really. I want to spend a lot of time with my family over summer break.
Yeah.
Just go out, do things. Me and my sister, I would say our relationship over the past like couple years has just grown into like, I've always said that's my best friend, but like over the last couple years, especially because we're both older now, that's really just like my best friend.
That's dope.
And just want to spend more time with her over the summer. Go out, just do things. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
go
bro.
get food. Go try new foods, stuff
sure.
like that.
Yeah.
But over the summer, I just want to have fun, relax. Of course, work.
Yeah.
But that job doesn't even feel like a job, so
Yeah.
do that. Go golfing.
Yeah. Just relax, bro.
Want to
Chill.
continue this.
Yeah.
We still.
You know what I'm saying? That'll definitely be like something we'll work out like in the coming future.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know where your head was at, like we gonna be out of school, there's not gonna be no class.
Yeah.
Obviously, like attacking this project like full steam will be like definitely like on my list for the summer though. Like obviously like we've been talking about the whole idea with like how hard apartment searching can be and just getting ready for like the next step or whatever. I've been like looking at places, figuring out, my situation for when I start school again in the fall. For the most part, when it comes to summer, bro, I really just want to, like you said, bro, honestly just like explore my experiences, bro, and just chill, relax, not have to worry about like the academic burden that you have in like the semester, and just work, bro, make some money, save some money.
Yeah. Save some money.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Emphasis, bro. Emphasis on save, because I suck at it. I ain't gonna lie. But
if you think about spending it, just be like, nah, I can't.
yeah, it's easier said than done when you got like, when I got like, let's say I got like a what is it, a Caniac combo? if I see a Caniac combo, Cane's works against you, bro. Cane's works against your mind. All fast food does, but regardless. Bro, just try and save some money. Try and become more like financially literate. I feel like that's one of the skills that I feel like I've been lacking like as a young adult, bro. Just willingly spending money for no reason.
Yeah.
And with apartment searching and all that shit, like you have to take account of like, you know, paying rent and, you know what I'm saying, having somewhere to lay your head is a different type of responsibility to have, you know what I'm saying? So it takes a different type of maturity, and I know that, you know what I'm saying, I've been working on that skill, now it's time to apply it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's really just a matter of like, you know what I'm saying, what's next? Like, that's why I wanted to figure out just like where your head was at in this summer, because the summer, you know what I'm saying, especially like if you're a student, it's definitely the time to unwind. But there's also a lot of free time on your hands that, you know, it's like at your disposal. And I honestly cannot wait till I graduate, because I feel like I can put my energy into so many different other things. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about like getting into my own space. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'll all unfold. The way it always does. But
you reminded me about apartments.
Yeah.
I'm in my own space now. I'm about to be in my own space for the first time.
Yes, sir.
See, I'm excited for that too.
If we had a soundboard, this is where we would insert clapping. You know what I'm saying?
See, you know what we need?
What we need, bro.
I'm not saying we iCarly, but we need that button. Like, you know that?
Yes.
You know that button Sam had?
My boy, for sure.
She just hit the button.
Yeah.
Gibby.
Yeah. Shout out Gibby. Gibby, like, one of my favorite, like, characters ever, for sure.
Nah. Freddy's character development's underrated in that show.
Oh, tell me about it.
Bro, the way Freddy started out being completely so socially awkward, didn't really know how to, like, you could see he really found himself at the end.
Remember the episode he kissed Sam?
Yeah.
That blew my mind, gang. It blew my mind, bro.
TV, we can talk about TV shows too for a minute.
But hey, what are we at?
I don't know. We at the same time we was at last time. I'm not even gonna lie. We're doing the same thing.
Oh God.
Hey, we don't know how many episodes it's gonna be, but keep watching. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Tell me about some TV.